Imagine for a moment that you are sitting in your living room, watching a news program on your television or scrolling through your phone. You see a prominent leader, someone who has governed millions of people, speaking boldly about secrets. He mentions that he knows exactly what the highest security officers in the land are saying in private. He says it with confidence, almost as if he is untouchable. But today, the story has taken a very sharp turn. What was once a bold claim in a television studio has now become a serious criminal case in a court of law. This is the situation facing the former Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai. The federal government of Nigeria has officially filed criminal charges against him. The reason? They say he intercepted the private phone calls of the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. This is a development that touches on the very heart of our national security and the privacy that every Nigerian should enjoy. It makes us wonder, if the phone of the man in charge of our national security can be tapped, who is truly safe? To understand how we got here, we have to look back just a few days. Last Friday, February 13th, Malam El-Rufai was a guest on a popular news program. During that interview, he spoke about an incident at the Abuja airport where he said security agents tried to arrest him. He claimed he knew about the plan to arrest him because he had listened to the phone calls of the National Security Advisor. He even said that while the government thinks they are the only ones listening to people's calls, we also have our ways. Take a moment to think about that. It is one thing for regular people to argue on the street, but it is another thing entirely for a former governor to claim he is monitoring the private conversations of the person responsible for the whole country's safety. Does it make you feel more secure knowing that leaders have these kinds of ways, or does it make you worried about your own privacy? Now, the government has responded not with words, but with a legal document. Today, February 16th, the Department of State Services, often called the DSS, filed 3 serious charges against him at the Federal High Court in Abuja. They are not taking his comments as a joke. They are calling it a crime. The first charge is quite direct. The government says that by admitting he and his associates intercepted the National Security Advisor's phone calls, El-Rufai has broken the Cyber Crimes Act of 2024. They are saying that tapping someone's phone without legal authority is a bridge too far. The second charge is also very interesting. It says that El-Rufai admitted he knows the specific people who did the tapping, yet he did not report them to the police or any security agency. Under our laws, if you know a crime is being committed against the state and you keep quiet about it, you could be held responsible too. If you are finding this breakdown helpful and you want to stay informed about how our laws affect leaders and regular citizens alike, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. It helps us keep bringing you these calm and honest explanations of the news that matters to your life. The third and final charge is perhaps the most serious for the country as a whole. The government is alleging that El-Rufai used special technical equipment to compromise national security. They are arguing that this act has caused reasonable apprehension and fear among Nigerians. They are essentially saying that when big leaders play these kinds of games with technology and secrets, it puts the entire nation at risk. But we must be fair and look at both sides. El-Rufai has often been a critic of the current administration. He recently left the ruling party to join another. Some of his supporters might argue that these charges are just a way to silence a strong political opponent. On the other hand, the government maintains that no one, no matter how powerful or well-connected, is above the law, especially when it comes to the security of the nation. Do you think this is a simple matter of law and order, or is there more to the story? It is important for us to ask these questions because the answers will shape how our democracy works in the years to come. As of today, the court has not yet set a date for when El-Rufai will stand before a judge to answer these charges. Until that day comes, these are still allegations. In our system of justice, a person is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We must wait to see what evidence the government brings forward and how El-Rufai's lawyers will defend him. This case is not just about 2 powerful men, El-Rufai and Ribadu. It is about the rules we all live by. If a leader can admit to tapping phones on television, what does that say about the value of privacy in Nigeria? And if the government uses the law to move against the critic, what does that say about our freedom to speak? These are sensitive issues that require us to be calm and reflective rather than angry or divided. Think about your own phone for a second. You use it to talk to your children, your business partners, and your friends. You expect that those conversations are private. If the law cannot protect the National Security Advisor, how can it protect yours? This is why this court case matters to every Nigerian, not just the politicians in Abuja. As we continue to watch this story develop, let us remember that leadership is a heavy burden. It requires not just intelligence, but also respect for the institutions that keep us safe. Whether you support the former governor or the current government, we can all agree that Nigeria is better off when our secrets are kept for the right reasons and our laws are applied fairly to everyone. Thank you for spending this time with me today to look deeply into this developing event. It is through understanding these complex events that we become better citizens. Let us keep our eyes on the courts and our hearts on the peace and progress of our nation. What kind of example do you think our leaders should be setting when it comes to obeying the law? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let us talk with respect and wisdom. Until next time, stay safe and stay informed.